We finally got a shop. Welcome to the headquarters of Hot Rod Heaven. So it's been a little bit over a month and a half since I posted my last YouTube video, and man, life has just been crazy. In August, I got engaged. In December, I bought my first house, and in September this year, I'm getting married. So life has literally just been flipped upside down. I really haven't had a whole lot of time to make any new content just because this isn't my full-time gig, and trying to balance everything is really tough. The shop actually took a little bit longer than we expected it to be built. That's a huge reason why we also haven't been making any racing content. My dad hasn't really been at the track. His car has kind of been thrown on the back burner because we've been focused on getting this thing built. We're actually at my dad's new house right now. We're from Georgia originally. I've lived in Florida most of my life, but my dad was like, dude, I gotta get back down to Florida. The car scene here is super good. There's always racing going on. And of course, I'm here and he wants to be close to his son. So we're just really excited to have this shop finally done. You know, if you're an OG on the channel, we really focus on interviewing people, talking about their builds, but now it's our turn to focus on our own builds. We will definitely continue to do interviews over time, but I think this just is gonna give us a huge opportunity to work on a lot of the projects that have just been sitting. So let me go ahead and take you around the shop and give you a little tour. Alrighty, Pops, well, go ahead and give us the rundown of this place.
Oh, you want all the details?
Yeah, exactly.
It's 30 wide, 35 deep, 14-foot walls, pretty tall building. It's not as big as we'd like, but it's as big as we could do on this property. So we're super happy about it. It's better than any two-car garage I've ever had. Way better than the two-car garage I had when I built the Mav originally. Thanks to Sean Fitzgerald. He really jumped in. He's a longtime friend of mine. Got everything arranged, made it happen. Got the concrete guy, got the building people, really helped me do the permits and just really kind of helped me make it happen. Here we are. We finally have a shop. Between selling my house in Savannah, moving here and building the shop, I've kind of been locked down. Now, hopefully we can move forward and get going. But so let's walk in here and look at some of the stuff we got. Number one, we got a lift. Super happy. This is huge. Shop's huge too, but the lift is big. When you get my age, you don't want to be on your knees and your back, anymore. It gets old. I mean, when I was younger, your age, I could pull a transmission out by myself, no problem. Now it's like I need about 5 other dudes helping me, or me just watching them do it, one or the other.
My dad's got old people strength, but we gotta, let him chill. He's 56 years old, or you're about to be 56.
Yeah, coming up on 56.
And yeah, we gotta let him chill out a little bit, man. I'm worried about this guy, so I'm pumped about having a lift too. It just makes things easier. We actually used it last weekend to change the oil in my truck, and man, just that alone was a huge difference. So being able to have this makes life so much easier and just simple for us.
Oh yeah, and it's and we can use it for anything. I mean, it'll help with it. Anything we have to do under the car, maintenance, pulling transmissions, even just going, before we go to a race, we want to put the Mav up on there, make sure all the bolts are tight. It's just going to make life so much better. My homeboy Dana Brown helped me do all the wiring, wired this thing bad boy up. He put a weld plug on here for me. If we need to do any welding under the car, we'll be able to plug the welder here. And I want to also thank Adam Henrich with giving me all the electrical supplies that I needed. Shout out to y'all guys. Man, I couldn't have done it without y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Some of the other things that we got going on is I built a couple of workbenches. I know it takes kind of room up, but I wanted one here because some friends of mine had one by their lift, and it was nice when we'd pull things apart, we could set them on the workbench. So I wanted one, so we'd pulling stuff out, we could sit here on the workbench just to make life easier. So I also built this workbench here. Probably do some, cylinder head porting over here. Just kind of nice area, clean, be able to work on things, take things apart, put it together. I love my pegboard. I know a lot of people don't like pegboards, but I like it, be able to see all the stuff I have. I forget I have. Like pulling stuff out of boxes, I forgot I had even all this stuff. And it just really helps. Like if you, I got clamps, I got V-bands. Heck, I forgot I even had to have these things until I pulled it out of the box. So very happy to have a nice workbench and a nice vise to work with. It's just gonna make life easier for us to do things. Also built a weld table so we could do our own welding. Got a MIG gun, a TIG, and now hopefully we can kind of do our own thing. I've always had to depend on somebody else to weld because I've never had a TIG, and I always found my stuff up most of the time, and I'd had to always take it somewhere to get it welded.
Another thing too is all above here, we kind of plan on putting a loft. It's gonna take a little bit of time. Honestly, we're not even fully done with the shop. It's still a work in progress, you know what I mean? But at least that's at a point to where we can go ahead and start working, man, because we just want to get started on our builds. And another reason why is like this thing right here, the OG Mav. If you've seen a couple of videos, shoot, we got this thing 3 years ago. It's terrible. It's taken us this long, and a huge reason for that is like I lived here in Florida, my dad lived in Georgia, and it was hard going back and forth, trying to do interview videos, trying to work on this thing. We didn't really have a space for it.
And a lot of our weekends that we spent together, we were filming videos instead of being able to work on the cars.
Yeah, and we love doing the interview stuff. Like, I love filming other people's builds and stuff like that, but like I said earlier, it's like, all right, man, it's kind of time for us to focus on our own stuff. We got plenty of projects, and we'll go kind of through the cars that we have here and talk about that, but this is huge for us. And Dad, go ahead and give them a little rundown of what this thing is.
All right, whoever doesn't know, this was my dad's car. He brought it home in 1984 as a daily driver. It was a 71 Maverick grabber. Before that, I couldn't imagine even him owning a Maverick. He told me he was getting a Maverick. I'm like, what are you talking about? Had Magnum 500s on it. It was red with black grabber stripes. I fell in love with it. It was an awesome car. Fun, fast. Started drag racing it. Next thing you know, it turned into a drag car, as a lot of times daily drivers do. So right now, this car's got a 302 in it. It's got a nice cam in it. It's got a single plane intake. I think the car went like 740s. And it's got power glide with a 9-inch Ford. So it's got a lot of things that will help it along to where we can play with it, and we don't have to change every single thing. We can do a lot of things as we go. But the main things that we have to do is suspension work. We got to tie the car together. We got to put new floor pans in it. So it can be a lot of cutting and grinding and welding. It's going to be a lot of nasty work, but I think once we get done with that and replacing the body parts that are rusted, we can start playing with it.
And a huge thing too is like we want to get this done because we want Granddaddy to be able to ride in this thing with us when it's done. Years old. Yeah, he's getting up there.
He's old.
Yeah, so we want to just be able to share that memory with him. I want to be able to drive the car with him in it. And I've actually made some renders of what the car looked like back then and like a modern take now. So that's kind of our plan. We want to have it looking like it was in that era, but like a little modern twist as far as like stance and suspension and stuff goes. And a huge part of that is my dad's making some moves on his car.
I finished it 7 years ago. One of the updates we're going to do is I bought a new chromoly AJE K-member adjustable A-arms. I have like one of the original AJE kits in this car. I mean, I bought it probably like 8 years ago. So they've changed and updated. This one's mild steel. So I figured I wanted to put a chromoly one in there, get a little bit of weight off, hopefully. Since I'm doing that, we can take this front suspension and put it on the OG. That way the OG has a modern suspension on it to where the car will work and drive a lot better.
And then for people who don't know, give us a little rundown on your car.
Okay, so this is twin turbo Mav, twin turbo Coyote car. It's got a stick shift in it now. The car used to have a turbo 400 in it. It's been as fast as a 469 at 152 with the turbo 400. Unfortunately, I haven't really got to do a whole lot of playing with the stick shift. We're at a crossroad right now that where what to do as far as transmission goes, whether we go with a faceplated transmission, T56 probably, or something along those lines. I still want to race. I love to race. I want to race. And I also want to be competitive. I don't want to slow the car down. I don't want to run a 530 or 850. I don't want to do that. I want to run it out, and I want to be competitive and go as fast as I can go.
As Ricky Bobby once said, I want to go fast.
I want to go fast, I want to go fast. That's what I thought you would say. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go cry and get some milk.
So that's all my dad's thinking. I want to go fast. And I'm like, dude, go slower. Just stop racing. I want him to slow down. I want him to be able to, hang out and just go cruising. But man, I understand because I'm a motocross kid. I like going fast. My dad likes drag racing and going fast in his cars.
I can't help it. We went to Sig Week a couple weeks ago. It got me all jacked up again. I'm like, dude, I got to do something with my car. I want to mini tub it. The car is actually not mini tubbed. A lot of people think it is. It's not. I did a lot of hammering to the inner fender wells and pushed the quarter panels out to be able to get the tire up under there. I'd like to be able to put a 12-inch wheel. It's got a 10-inch wheel. I'd like to put a 12-inch under it. When I built the car, it wasn't intending on going as fast as it's been. I was thinking maybe 530 car. It went 530 the first time out. And like I said, it's been a 469. So I didn't brace the rear up enough. I'm gonna pull it out and brace it up. Make sure it's straight still. Go through the suspension, check the frame out, make sure everything still looks good. I would like to focus on making it a better driving car to do drag and drives. I'd like to put a 16 injector intake on it to have smaller injectors for the street. Because like with the overdrive, I feel like it'll drive better with the smaller injectors because you're not really turning that many RPM. You're turning low RPM when you're in overdrive driving down the interstate. So things like that. We're going to pull the motor out. It hasn't been out in 4 years. Might end up freshening it up. I'm at least going to pull it down and take a look at some things. Hopefully be out this fall doing some racing again.
And if you want to see a full breakdown on the car, I've done 2 different videos on this thing, so the link will be in the description if you want to see the full details of this ride. Let's go outside and we'll talk about the other cars out here too. So this here is our newest project. This car is actually pretty cool because this is like my first wheeling deal that I ever did. I hear stories from my granddad all the time about him wheeling and dealing cars and making deals and stuff. So I found this thing on Facebook Market, got it for I think like $2,100, something like that. It's in good shape. It's got some patina on it and whatnot. I have an amazing render and idea in my head. I don't want to show you guys yet because I want to keep it low key until we start really working on this thing. It's a little 4-banger. I have a Coyote motor for it. It was $900, got it on Facebook Market. We tore it down. It needed a little bit of work, but it's gonna get there. Originally, that was gonna go in my truck. I have a 1986 F-150, but man, the technology with suspension and stuff just hasn't caught up to those year model trucks yet. So my plan has kind of changed for the truck. I want to make that like a nasty small block, you know, loud and obnoxious, something that I can really beat up on. With this, we want to go ahead and put the Coyote in this, take the transmission out of my dad's Maverick and put it in here. I also want to put a supercharger on it, so it'll be a supercharged stick shift Coyote. It's going to be fun, rowdy, maybe do like maybe a little mini tub or something like that. The render I have is just, it's so sick, and I wish I could show you guys, but you're gonna have to wait. This really isn't like a main priority right now. Honestly, I wanna kind of just get it running again. We've had a little bit of issues. It runs, but not the greatest. So wanna get that fixed up. Our main focus is gonna be on the OG Maverick. That was my granddad's. Get that finished up. And then, continue to just kind of trickle down on the truck and on the Mustang. And then, of course, we got one more car. Not really a project. There is stuff that we want to do on it, but let's go and talk about that a little bit. And last but not least, we got the Cream Puff. It's a 1973 Ford Maverick, originally from Puerto Rico. The car was built, I believe, in Mexico, and then got shipped over to Puerto Rico. When we originally got the car, it was all original, needed some work, but the owners had obviously got it from Puerto Rico and brought it over to Florida. We got it, got the interior redone, put some wheels on it, lowered it, did some small things to it. There's actually a full video on this car on my YouTube channel. I'll also link it so you can check it out. Eventually, I would like to rebuild the motor, put an exhaust on it, maybe hop it up just a little bit, but I really just want to keep this thing a 6-cylinder. It's actually so funny when my dad and I go to car shows, we'll be parked next to each other and people freak out more about this car than they do my dad's, just because this gives them a memory from when they were in high school or when their grandparents had one or their buddy or uncle or whoever. They just relate to the 6-cylinder so much. So I just want to keep it to its original form and just have fun with it, man. It's a great little cruiser car. I've made so many memories in this thing with my fiance and I. We went on plenty of dates when we were dating. On the day that I proposed to her, we took this thing out the whole day and just, it was part of the engagement and it's just part of the family. And yeah, I can't wait to just preserve this thing and eventually pass it down to my kid. As you can see, we got 3 Mavericks. So we're like a huge Maverick family, and yeah, we're just excited to have these cars and have this shop and continue to build a legacy here and build hot rod heaven. Like, we're just so stoked about this whole thing. Well guys, we hope that you enjoyed this little shop tour. Like I said before, we are so pumped to have this shop. It's gonna make a huge difference for us. We can't wait to, you know, continue to post content, just building our projects and working on everything. So I know you're so stoked. He spends about every night out here now.
Just trying to get it set up, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm worked harder trying to get it set up than I have anything, you know. So yeah, now it's kind of closed. And I'm sure once we start working on cars, we'll be like, oh man, we got to get this or we need that. And hopefully we're able to get it, and it's just going to make life a lot easier for us.
But yeah, we're super stoked. So definitely tune into the channel, keep watching. The next few videos are really just going to be a series on us working on the OG Mav. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, make sure that you like, subscribe, leave a comment, give us some encouragement. We'll see you next time, guys.